What's going on, guys? This is Dalton with Bertrand Acres. Welcome to the channel. I wanted to make a video going over a few things regarding the log cabin here, and more specifically a log cabin in North Florida, or any of the southern states that deal with the same stuff we deal with here. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I thought this is just something that maybe they don't tell you before you buy one of these homes. And so that's why I wanted to make this video for those of you that are maybe looking to buy one or currently own one. Maybe you're new to it, and just something to look out for. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Also, let me know if you guys have any experience owning a log cabin, or if you plan on owning one in the future. So what you're really gonna want to do is inspect the home periodically, not like every week, but walk around the perimeter of the home, check the walls, look for checking like that. See that big crack there? That's nothing to worry about. That doesn't mean the log is weaker. It just means it's another place for water to go. So you have to make sure that's sealed up at all times, because water will find its way in there and it will sit and it will rot. So we're all good to go on that one. But there's other places like where sun hits directly. Not so much underneath here, but like right here where it's direct sun all the time. Make sure you look at the area, see if it's kind of fading, things like that. And make sure any of the sealants and the caulking is looking good, which right here we're all good to go. Then you get the log ends here. Good thing to look at. It's more susceptible to water because it is the end, and it will absorb water a lot easier. So we actually have a log end sealant on that from Permachink. Pretty expensive stuff, but it's like a tacky like clear coat that goes over it. You can see it's kind of fresh on there still. And that does a really, really good job. So as far as the exterior of the home goes, from sun and water, those are just some things to look for. Cracks, small cracks, little holes like knots, and obviously little ledges where water can just sit and have no place to go. Very important to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. Now, this next thing to take into consideration in North Florida, or anywhere in Florida really, or any of the southeast states, is the old wood destroying insects. So carpenter ants, carpenter bees, and obviously termites. Very, very important to stay up on. Make sure you know what you're looking for. They're very, very common in Florida, and especially a home that is made of all wood and pretty much exposed wood other than the stain. This is like a termite's dream. So if you're looking into buying a log cabin, or maybe you have one and you're just learning it, look into like a termite bond, look into treating them yourself even. I think anything's better than nothing. This house has an active termite bond, and actually the pest control guy will be here in a little bit to update the baits, and because I'm transferring my name to the bond, so it's kind of like a all new contract, but they're gonna bring out the in-ground baits, and so we'll be all good to go. And they cover all termite damage, like up to $1 million or something like that. I think that's pretty common with termite bonds. But for a house like this, we spent a lot of money on it. It's just a good thing to protect your investment. Termites are a thing, and they can do a lot of damage. And so, yeah, he'll be here probably any minute. That's the old, they're here. There he is. You can see him right there. Actually, he's actually auging, using an auger to put these bait traps in the ground. I'll show you guys what they look like. If you're not familiar with termites, then I'll show you. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what termites are and what the traps look like. But so here they are, right there, right there, right there, right there. There's a bunch of them. So yeah, so what he's doing is basically taking these termite bait stations and putting them around the perimeter of the home. And so there's probably 20 of them or so. And so what he's doing is, like I showed you, he's auging and then putting these flush into the ground, and they kind of act as like a barrier for the home. So if termites do make their way this way, hopefully the trap system works, the bait station, that kills them and gets them before they get to the house. And obviously with a termite bond, they will come here and kind of, inspect the house, make sure there's no active termites on the house or in the house, all of that. So we've never had a termite problem with the house, and neither did the previous owners, but they were always proactive with it, and we want to continue that. So we also want to be proactive with keeping an eye on the house, keeping the log maintenance up, because if you don't, you happen to get some moisture, rotted logs, that is just an invitation to termites, and you do not want that, right? Like moisture, heat, and wood rot is just welcoming termites in. And so if you're proactive with that, I feel like everything else should follow suit. Keep a termite bond on the house, or at least have a pest control guy on standby. Maybe do your own bait stations, and just use your eyes. So yeah, I think it's really worth it to have a termite bond. I think regardless of if it's a log cabin or not, I think in Florida, termites exist. They can really do some damage. So I highly recommend them regardless of log cabin or not. He's ogging there in the backyard. So I don't know if he is putting them in the ground already or just going around the property. Oh, yep, he already put them in. There, see, it's nice, kind of flush with the ground. Obviously all that dirt will just get absorbed through the grass. They're kind of nice. They're a little bit below grass level. That way the old lawnmower doesn't completely smoke them things. Obviously they'll look better as the grass grows. They'll kind of be covered up a little bit. But yeah, worth having. I think the previous owners, Erica and Steve, had the liquid stations or liquid traps throughout. So a little bit different. These are actually like physical bait stations. I think they're just designed to attract them to this, and then it wipes them out before they get to the house. So yeah, he's gonna be finishing up probably here in the next 15 minutes, and there they go. So that's the pest control guy that has actually been treating this house since it was built. So that's a good thing. I want to keep that guy. He knows the house well. He knows the geese. He knows where to look, things like that. So he knows log cabins. Well, at least he knows this one, because he's been here since it was built brand new, and he was the first one to treat it. I do think that's pretty important. Get someone like him that is already familiar with the house, knows where to look, some areas that maybe you would overlook, he might find. So it's kind of good. I think that's a good move. So he just left. He laid the bait stations down. Now that same company will be back a little bit later today to treat for carpenter ants. I think they're all good to go, but we did see a couple of them in the house. They weren't like causing much damage from what I've seen, but I haven't seen them in a couple days, so I think I got them. So let's go. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. I'm not trying to deter anyone from buying a log cabin in Florida. I just wanted to let you guys know that there is some increased upkeep and maintenance if you want one of these in Florida or the Southeast United States, maybe even anywhere in the South that has increased either rain, humidity, or sun. But we didn't really care. Again, Erica and Steve told us about it. They said it was a little bit more maintenance. It requires more work, and we didn't really care. We were good. We're young. We can handle it, and it's worth the look of the house. So if you don't want to do maintenance on your house more than like the conventional home, then I probably wouldn't recommend one of these. But if you don't mind, then again, I think they're worth every penny. So, all right, so with all that being said, would we do it again? Absolutely. We're only 3 weeks into owning this thing, so we haven't probably seen the worst of it, but we are prepared for it. You don't really ever see a log cabin in Florida, especially on 10 acres with a nice pond and all that. So this unique property, basically our dream property, our forever home. We're gonna make it work regardless, but we absolutely love it so far. So absolutely we would do it all over again. There is zero regret in buying this property. And like I said, I don't want to scare anyone from, potentially buying a log cabin in Florida. It's just, I want to give people heads up that there is a little bit more maintenance, but not enough to really scare you away. I mean, every house requires maintenance. These just require a little bit more just due to that sun and water and things like that. But I don't think it's enough to stop you from buying, I think, one of the most beautiful types of homes. But again, we're learning as we go. We've only owned this place for 3 weeks, and so we'll keep sharing what works, what doesn't, what to look for, little tips and tricks along the way. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you're into homesteading, DIY projects, cabin maintenance, pond maintenance, lawn care, things like that, maybe some outdoor cooking, things like that, you're in the right place. At least consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. We have a lot of plans for this channel and for this property. And so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next time here on Bertrand Acres. Have a good one.